Magnata will never even notice the bug is there.
Metacog, hold on. Hey, Jake. Saw your story on the last murder. Look, you know I was just kidding about your squeeze croaking and all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God, man, it must have been awful. And I'll tell you something else. Magnata's been looking for you. I mean, I figured you should know, because he is not the kind of guy I would want looking for me. He isn't even the kind of guy I'd want to look at me.
Is he here now?
He just left. Coast is clear.
Thanks, Viv. I appreciate it.
Not enough you don't. But you're welcome just the same.
What's a cybersurgeon need with an anatomy model? Well, that fits in there nicely. A copy of Advanced Notional Modeling. Dr. Burton's prescription pad.
Object scanned into database. Object scanned into database.
You here to join up? Not a moment too soon from the looks of you. Interested in weights, aerobics, racket sports. Personal tip. Start slow.
Thanks. What do you know about that woman over there, Claire Burton?
Dr. Burton? She's been running 10 miles every other day for years. Real serious. In and out. No chit-chat. Runs the Victorian London course on the treadmill.
Do you keep records of all your members here?
Not really. The terminal on the counter has some information if you're interested. Are you interested?
Maybe.
Do you run, Quinlan?
Only for a story.
You're making me nervous standing there in that coat. What do you want?
So, you used to be married to Eddie. I mean, somehow I can't picture you two together.
Took you long enough, Quinlan. Biggest mistake of my life.
How long did it take to figure that out?
About 5 minutes. 6 months for the lawyers. 15 years to forget.
Why are you obstructing Powell's treatment?
I'm not. I know what I'm doing. Eddie may be a genius, but he's crazy. If your girlfriend dies because of him, it'll be my fault.
What's up with you and Magnata?
He brings me patients, throws his weight around the hospital until I throw him out. That's our relationship.
Well, I hear there's more to it than that.
He's a man with a grudge.
A grudge against who?
Who do you think?
Why was Farley fired?
Farley was fired?
You didn't know?
No. I didn't. I like Farley. He was a good pathologist.
Well, don't you find it mildly interesting that they'd fire him in the middle of the most celebrated murder investigation the city's ever known?
It doesn't make things any easier. Didn't it occur to you that I stormed out of the ICU for a reason? I don't want to talk to you, Quinlan.
I expect you in my office tomorrow with your work completed, Mr. Wendell. Good day, Mr. Wendell.
Yes. Excuse me, Professor Beck. I'm a reporter for the Virtual Herald. You have a few minutes?
That's how many I have exactly, a few. What can I do for you?
Do you remember a student of yours named Claire Burton?
The only student I ever encouraged to leave school. Why do you ask?
Did you advise the student to leave school?
Frankly, this place had nothing to offer her. It was my feeling that it could have even restricted her development. But I repeat, why do you ask?
Well, she's taking care of a friend of mine, and some of her colleagues think that her treatment is a bit unorthodox.
I have no doubt it is. She wouldn't look at things the way most surgeons do. It's what makes her so creative, so innovative.
She seems a bit weird about it.
Well, she's quirky, all right. I certainly remember that about her. Some very unusual predilections indeed, but that's often a mark of genius. Unless Claire has changed drastically in the years since I've seen her, you have no need for concern.
Well, thanks. Was a man named Joey Falconetti a student of yours?
No, but I remember him well. He was an astonishing cyber surfer, but he was more interested in pretty assistance than in any genuine original thought.
Did he have a, affiliation with Claire Burton?
By affiliation, I assume you mean did she have an affair with him? I couldn't say. She may well have found his air of danger sexually appealing, and she was certainly aggressive intellectually. I'm sure she went after him to challenge his skills, see if she could prove herself superior. Who knows? The Web Runners may even have been her idea.
The what?
The Web Runners. It was a gaming club of some sort. It was cutting edge. Claire and Falconetti were among the founding members. In fact, when she left school, Claire seemed to do little else. She virtually disappeared.
Does this club still exist? I mean, where can I find them?
Oh, they're like children with a secret clubhouse. All I know is that they post notice of their meetings on the bulletin board out in the hallway. They usually encode the information, however, hiding it amongst the flyers and announcements posted there. Something about arranging those flyers in the proper order will form a sentence revealing where and when the runners plan to meet.
Do you know anything about a policeman named Vince Magnata?
Claire used to mention him. Apparently he had quite a temper.
So the location of the Web Runner's loft is hidden somewhere on this board. Got it. I hope the web runners don't mind a visitor.
Man, what the fuck? Where's the 7th Cavalry? Where are you, man? You almost gave me a stroke. I was doing the Custer Sim, and I was the only Korean Indian, and I had Goldilocks by the throat.
This won't take too long, honey. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Make an appointment with my secretary.
I'm gonna tell you what I've been going through lately. Hop along. I've been playing tag with a serial killer and ruining my shine by walking through his victim's guts. My girlfriend's in a coma, and the next time the Ripper kills, it could possibly be yours truly. So fuck your cartoons!
Okay.
Fine. Now, let's talk. A woman named Claire Burton. Used to be a runner. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her. I mean, I don't know her. I know who she is, or who she was. She was one of the first, a proto-runner. We care about our history, man. You've got to know where you've been, to know where you're going.
Wow, it's interesting. So, what do you know about her?
I just know who she is. Seen her pictures hanging on the walls in here. You can see them yourself.
Do you know anything about a guy named Falconetti?
Every runner's heard of the Falcon. He's a legend on heels. Before he was a runner, he fracked with a gang called Error 33.
Falconetti was a 33. Was he part of this TRW thing?
Story is he masterminded it. Core overwrite. Took out the credit record of every adult on the East Coast. Cops never got him. They say he's still out there, waiting to strike again.
I bet. Ever hear of Vince Magnata?
Sounds familiar. You'd have to grep the runner's archive well to see if that guy means anything.
How can I access the runner's archive?
Never actually been there myself. It's for senior runners only. I know the address. It's at Anachrony Station. You're on your own with the ice, though. It's a bitch.
Okay, thanks.
Quinlan, I hope you have a story ready to roll.
Do you have any background on Falconetti and Burton?
I don't know everybody in this city.
I thought you did. Ben, you ever hear of Gambit Nelson?
Yeah, that was another one I gave her. Don't you guys ever share sources?
Why do you think someone would want to kill Wofford?
What do you care? The Ripper story is not enough for you?
Dynamics operating system.
Exit cyberspace. Webrunners Archive.
Burton, 5-year member, gifted cyberspace traveler. Strengths include graphical user interface development in multi-dimensional hyperplanes and first-person post-arcade shooters. Handle, Churchill. Games authored, Hostage Golf, Slipstream, and Hip Hop Mafia. Left web runners after marriage to Joey Falconetti ended in divorce 15 years ago, and the latter was sentenced to prison. Burton Falconetti marriage ceremony of note, due to disruption by another web runner, Vincent Magnotta, who claimed to be in love with Burton. Josie Dorsett, 3-year member. An extraordinary hacker and decker, but one known not to flaunt her cyberspace talents in a pretentious fashion. Handle, DDRIII, Games Author, Alien Mothers, Virtual Twister, and Beach Party Cryonics. Graduate research thesis on the effects of extended decking brought her national acclaim in the cyberspace community. An enthusiastic gamer, she died under very mysterious circumstances. The Josie Dorsett case is still unsolved to date. Josie Dorsett left behind an ex-husband and a teenage daughter. Victor Estevez, 5-year member. A highly skilled programmer, decker, and designer. Best known for his controversial past, followed by his personal religious conversion. Handle, Albert. Games author. SimTeam Runaway Exploitation. Headhunter, New Testament Interactive Volume 1, Sim Noah and Genesis, The Ultimate God Game. Reputed to be the web runner's programmer extraordinaire, expert in low-level supercomputer programming, author of several controversial underground games that continue to draw a large cult following. Following a personal religious conversion, Estevez became a senior programmer for Revelation Incorporated, where he is designing and writing a new line of religious interactive adventures. Joey Falconetti, also known as Falcon Eddie, 8-year member, founding father, an angel, an ace-cracker, a master of cyberspace. Handle, Beaverbrook, games author, Collateral Damage 2020, Humvee, Logic Bomb, and Dwarf Toss. Left runners 15 years ago when convicted of murder in the first degree. Conviction was overturned 2 years later when it was discovered that a police officer had falsified evidence leading to the conviction. The police officer suspected, but never convicted of mishandling the evidence, was Vincent Magnotta, a former web runner. Stephanie Jordan, 5-year member, decker of modest ability, no significant strengths or specialties. Handle, Victoria, games author, trophy wife, and streptococcus. Most notable for the company she kept, Jordan engaged in lengthy multiplayer gaming sessions with Falconetti, Magnotta, and Burton, played no role in the deadly events that tore the formidable trio apart, left the runners due to unknown circumstances. Vincent Magnotta, 8-year member, Archangel, Ace Cracker, a master of cyberspace whose talents were exceeded only by Joey Falconetti. Handle, Sir Duke, games author, designer Gene, Hebrew Vice, Copadelphia, and Pistol Party. Betrayed runners' credo that information shall be free by joining the data fascists at the Soho precinct of the United Police Forces. Explosive romantic triangle with members Claire Burton and Joey Falconetti culminated with Magnotta's implicating Falconetti in a murder and the three of them leaving the web runners. Sam Mendler, 4-year member, a decker of above-average ability. Strengths included interface design and applied gaming theory. Handle, Balfour, games author, Wolfinator, Whorebusters, and President Satan. Mendler's game Wolfinator was a national bestseller. Known for his strong game design skills, Mendler followed up his smash hit with the highly controversial President Satan. Suddenly a target for an angry public and a hungry international media, Mendler left the web runners and retired from the gaming community. Years later, he opened a successful dry cleaning business in the Bowery. Renee Stein, 2-year member, known more as a plot writer than a decker. Strengths included character development, plot tree branching, and artificial personality construction. Handle, Salisbury. Games author, The Heat of Hate City, and BloodNet 3000. Talented writer, designer, and game scenario builder. Left the webrunners to pursue a career as a hypertext novelist. She authored 3 acclaimed interactive novels before taking a position at Knopf as a senior editor. Claire Lynn Burton, 5-year member, gifted cyberspace traveler. Strengths include graphical user interface development in multi-dimensional hyperplanes and first-person post-arcade shooters. Handle, Churchill. Games author, Hostage Golf, Slipstream, and Hip Hop Mafia. Left webrunners after marriage to Joey Falconetti ended in divorce 15 years ago, and the latter was sentenced to prison. Burton Falconetti marriage ceremony of note, due to disruption by another webrunner, Vincent Magnotta, who claimed to be in love with Burton. Josie Dorsett, 3-year member, an extraordinary... Victor Estes, Joey Falcon, Stephanie Joy, Vincent, Sam Med, Renee, Claire Lynn, Josie, Victor.
Exit cyberspace.
You don't look so good, Quinlan. Don't go tearing yourself up over Catherine. She's in good hands.
Incoming WAC transmission.
Mr. Quinlan, this is Stephanie Jordan. I was a member of the web runners with Claire, Eddie, and Magnotta. Professor Beck emailed me, told me you were asking questions about the Ripper.
You know something about it?
I'm in terrible danger. Meet me at the web runners loft. Hurry. There's something in cyberspace I want to show you. If I can find it, it will change everything you know about the Ripper. Hurry!
Bad weather had closed the skyways, forcing me to fight the street-level gridlock. It took me over 2 hours to get there. By the time I arrived at the web runner's loft, I was too late. The Ripper had struck again, Jordan was dead, and Magnotta had her body removed.
The cops just took the body. God, it was terrible, man. I was all decked in, and I was doing the OK Corral, and I was shooting the hell out of the Clantons, and I felt all of this that stuff hit me and... Dude, I'm not even thinking about it, because I figure it's Doc Holliday blowing Frank McClowry open. Harry's still alive and shooting Morgan, so I know something's wrong. So I paused the program and take my goggles off. And she was just there, dude. She was just all cut up with her eyes open and looking at me. And fuck, I didn't do this shit, man. I didn't even see anybody leaving. I'm gonna be sick, man.
No. You take it easy, cowgirl. You take it easy. Nobody suspects you of anything. It's all gonna be over real soon, all right?
Incoming WEC transmission.
Too late, Quinlan. I never thought I'd see you miss a story.
Why'd you remove the body from the scene, Magnata?
You know, I'm getting tired of answering to you. I'm in charge of this investigation.
The public has the right to know what happened in there.
Not if I don't think so. Maybe I'll leak some information I just found. Interesting stuff. It seems like you were the last person Jordan contacted before she died. Powell, not Jordan. Could really make you wonder.
Man, it was so gross what he did to her. So gross.
So you were a web runner.
15 years ago when I was a kid.
So that's all it was, kid stuff.
Actually, it was exciting. I learned more about cyberspace there than I did in school. But basically, it was all about games. And I grew up.
So you and Eddie were friends with Magnata?
Friends is pushing it.
Look, I would appreciate an honest response. I know that you were all members of this web runners thing. What are all three of you hiding?
What makes you think we're hiding anything?
Oh. 3 people involved in a murder case, all just happened to hang out together 15 years ago?
Stranger things have happened.
Right. Did you hear? The Ripper is killed again.
That's a line I've heard often enough.
Stephanie Jordan. Maybe you know her.
Stephanie Jordan. Haven't seen her for 15 years. Jesus. Same as the others?
Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie.
I know about Magnata breaking up your wedding.
Hard to believe, isn't it? Charming guy like him.
Hard to believe he has a heart. But I think it still beats for you.
When I married Joey, I learned how crazy Vince Magnata is. He became obsessed with me and Joey. That obsession nearly ruined our lives. Now it might kill us all.
What do you know about the Stephanie Jordan murder?
I'll tell you, it set Magnata off. He went crazy when he got back from the murder scene. He was interrogating some pillhead about narcotics rap. It broke his nose real bad. I don't know what got into this guy. It's like he knew this Jordan woman.
I'm pretty sure he did.
You saying he's involved?
Let's just put it this way. Magnata is definitely mixing business and pleasure with this case.
Yeah?
Any luck identifying the murder weapon yet?
I will guess that it's a knife.
Farley says that hasn't been established. Says you don't know what the murder weapon is.
That fat fuck has a lot of crazy theories. It's not rocket science. These people were butchered. You can't slice bacon with a baseball bat.
You notice anything fishy about Burton?
Like what?
Like the fact that she's dragging her feet on treating Catherine.
Now you're a cyber surgeon, huh?
Why aren't you investigating her?
What makes you so sure I'm not?
Did you know that Falconetti and Burton were married?
Yeah, so?
So why didn't you tell me?
It's not relevant to the case.
Well, the fuck it's not. One of those could be the Ripper.
Look, I'm not an idiot. I read your partner's notes. As far as you pinheads are concerned, I'm a suspect.
When are you going to put this Ripper case to bed, Magnata? A person can wonder.
Well, wonder away, asshole. The wheels of justice may grind slowly, but they're moving. They're moving. Get yourself caught in those wheels, Quinlan. You'll be in a lot of pain.
Why didn't you tell me about the web runners?
What are you talking about?
Your past. Your involvement with the web runners. The fact that you're an ace-decker. The fact that you've known Burton and Falconetti for years. I mean, you're all connected. I'm supposed to think there's nothing to this?
If you're making an accusation, swear out a complaint.
Why? So you can lift some more evidence?
You're walking on thin ice, Quinlan. If it cracks, ain't nobody gonna hear you scream when you go under.
Why didn't you tell me about your affair with Burton?
What makes you think I have to tell you anything? Let's just say, what I give you are pennies from heaven.
Oh, so you were playing God when you tried to break up Burton's marriage to Falconetti. The plot thickens, Magnata.
You just crossed the line. Ask your buddy Falconetti what it's like to be my enemy. A pissed-off cop can screw your life up in so many ways.
What should I do about Catherine, Eddie?
I went through this with you already. What are you, fucking stupid? Dump in anything you get from the Ripper. I can't do this for you.
I didn't know that you, Magnata, and Burton were all in the web runners together.
Those were the days. Christ, did we have fun. I was the guru. Magnata was the brooding bohemian. Burton was the straight-laced schoolgirl surfing the edge. Too bad it all went down the shitter.
So you and Burton were married?
What can I say? It was the perfect day. Magnata fucked it up.
How do you mean?
My wedding day. I knew he had the hots for Claire, so I didn't invite him. The bastard turns up anyway. You know the part where the judge says, anybody got anything to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Magnata was holding his peace, and he had a lot to say.
You mean he interrupted the ceremony?
Yeah. And after we threw him out of there, he turns up the party afterwards, like nothing happened. Walks up to Claire, asks her to dance. She looks at him. She looks at me. I say, get the fuck out of here! And he goes nuts. My wedding day. Took 4 guys to pull him off me. 5 guys to pull me off him. After that, nothing was ever right.
You know, the Ripper struck again.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got her, huh? Who'd he whack?
A woman. Stephanie Jordan.
Big mess, like the others?
Doesn't that name ring a bell?
Never heard of her. More importantly...
Well, she was a member of the web runners back when you were hanging with them.
Ah, yes, I remember, yeah. Skinny chick. Kind of quiet. Not into my idea of fun.
Sorry you so broke up about it. Where is Stephanie Jordan's body?
I don't know that name.
She was the Ripper's latest victim. They must have brought her body here.
That's true, but I don't know anything about a Stephanie Jordan. I'm sure there's information pertaining to her on that computer, but it hasn't worked since I arrived. Farley probably tampered with it before he left. As you can see, I've removed the access panel. Some of the circuits were burned out. I called for a technician, but it's impossible to get anything done in this place. If you can help me get the computer running, I'll see if I can help you. But that's as far as my involvement goes. I can't afford to lose this job.
think. There it goes.
Oh, nice job. It's working. Let's see. That's strange. It says here that Jordan's body is in the animal storage room. That doesn't make any sense. They just store monkeys down there for use in experiments. Why would she be there?
Where is this storage area?
Oh, you just go through the door in the back of the morgue. But... Oh, shit! Mr. Quinlan, please leave before you get me fired.
Through the back door, you say, right?
Please, Mr. Quinlan, just leave me alone. As far as I'm concerned, I never saw you.
I didn't have to be a Pulitzer Prize winner to recognize that I had stumbled onto something big. Apparently, this is an out-of-service subway tunnel, but it looks as though Dr. Burton has found a use for it.
Incoming WAC transmission. Incoming WAC transmission. Source unknown.
Dear boss, see what happens when you get too close. Someone dies. She knew me and had something to say. Now she's silent. I'm holding her tongue in my fingers right now, and it has nothing to say. It's dangerous to know me. You've looked into my eyes, and I've seen your fear. Yours truly, Ripper.
Apparently, Dr. Burton was conducting some manner of cyber-cognitive experiments on monkeys. The question was, why was she hiding this in an old subway tunnel? If I'm really lucky, this poor monkey could tell me the answer.
Fear! Oh! Burning! Hunger! Fear! Oh! Burning! Kill others like
Me.
without touching me. Cyber space
Brain.
dead.
What's with this secret lab?
It's legitimate. Just because it's hidden doesn't mean it's illegal. I'm doing some very important work in there, and I'm not talking to you or anybody else about it.
Hiding Stephanie Jordan's body in a subway tunnel. That's legitimate.
No comment.
It would make a great front-page story.
Last time, Quinlan, no comment.
Secret labs, mutilated animals, remains of Ripper victims.
That's enough.
Talking monkeys. You know, I never cited a monkey as a source.
Quinlan, I'd like to help, but scientists just don't release research information like this.
I am not jockeying you out of grant money here, Doctor. I am trying to find a murderer.
Maybe I am too.
Exit cyberspace. Virtual library. Webrunners archive. Virtual Herald. Falconetti's Well. Exit cyberspace.
I understand you and Falconetti spun a link to Powell's consciousness. That's a bit unorthodox, but I'll take progress where I can get it.
Did Burton say anything about it?
No, I haven't talked to her yet, but she's probably having a bowel movement over it.
For me to contact Catherine, I have to deck from here, right?
Catherine's on a closed system. Just her mind and Metacog's internal system, so no one can access her mind from a machine that's off-site. You'll have to use your deck in the port we installed in her diagnostic bed.
Right. Falconetti and Claire Burton were married 15 years ago. Your notebook tipped me off. Do you remember? Burton, Magnata, and Eddie. They were all web runners 15 years ago. You used to know this, Kathy. Magnata went nuts at Eddie and Burton's wedding. Made a big scene, threw some punches at the groom, they had to drag him out. Do you remember?
I can't remember. No. I'm too much pain. No, you hurt me. No. I can't see.
Burton has this secret lab in some abandoned subway tunnel. I got this lead from some of your notes. Is this restoring any of your memory?
stones and coats and decked with fog and angels and it's closer. I see him! No, I see her. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't see it. I can't see it.
Incoming WAC transmission. Incoming WAC transmission. Source unknown.
Dear boss, I'm having one of those awful days. My mood is foul, and I don't know what I'm to do. Luckily, I have a hobby to keep me busy. Yours truly, Ripper.
Between your efforts and ours, Miss Powell's essence structures have been restored by almost a third. This is astounding progress. Have you looked at the Ripper image? Even Dr. Burton can't complain about these results.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Keep working, Quinlan. There's hope we can save your friend here. And reveal the Ripper.
Incoming WAC transmission.
Quinlan, I gotta talk to you. It's important. I'm onto something big.
Let's talk.
All over the air. It's gonna be a public place. Cafe Duchamp.
Duchamp, Vic.
Yeah, just go there. I won't be there long.
Jesus, Farley, what the fuck is this all about?
Fired me for eating in the morgue. They said I wasn't maintaining a sterile environment or something. I mean, it's total bullshit. I mean, what do they care if there's a few crumbs or ashes around?
They fired you because of that?
Yeah, well, it was the timing that made me suspicious. Just when I figure out what's going on with the Ripper murders, they pull this bullshit.
What did you figure out?
How the Ripper's doing the murders. I sent a memo to Burton, but I never heard nothing. So I went to talk to her. She wasn't there. So I go back to the morgue, and these security guys, they're cleaning out my stuff. They gave me a piece of paper that says I've been fired for not maintaining a sterile environment. And get this, that bastard, he dumped my sandwich right in the trash. Or at least I think he dumped my sandwich.
Vic, the Ripper. What did you find out about him?
Well, it was simple. After I eliminated the possibilities, look, there was no way a hand could do this. No blade matched up. So I looked for a connection between the victims. They were all decked in, Jake. So now I'm thinking cyberspace. I'm looking at their cerebral tissue, and I find small fragments of inorganic nerve impulse code. The way I see it, when they were in cyberspace, somebody found a way to link to their brains and force what amounts to a self-destruct code into their essence matrices so that they exploded.
You lost me, Farley, please.
Let's say you're an astronaut. On Earth, your internal body pressure pushing out is equal to the external pressure pushing in. Now step out of a rocket into space where there's no external pressure, and you'll literally blow apart from the inside. What the Ripper's C-Space code does is increase your internal pressure. It's as simple as that.
So how come just the torso's exploded?
Because the guy is a fucking artist. Oh! I mean, he can blow somebody's guts across a room, or he can have them spill right out in front of him. The sliced torso is his signature, just like the original Jack the Ripper. But he's one-upped his namesake. He hasn't even had to be there.
Fuck, it's like the perfect crime. Killing from cyberspace, right?
Damned if I'm going in there again, not without some protection. You know anybody who's got some illicit C-Space code? I'm telling you, this guy is a genius. If he knows I'm onto something, I'm in trouble. Oh, Christ, my ulcer. I'm not built for this stress.
Vic, you gotta stop eating this shit. I mean, do you really think you were fired because of this? Vic! Oh my God, Vic! Fuck! Oh, God! There's nothing like a guy blowing up on you to focus your attention. My life was in danger. Farley's murder coming the day after Jordan's showed me what happened to people who knew too much. I had to determine whether Burton, Magnotta, or Falconetti was really the Ripper, and quick. And while I was at it, I had to find out what the hell Catherine had been up to. The fact that the Ripper could kill via cyberspace over time and distance meant that I had to crack this nut or I was a dead man. First, though, I had to keep my ass out of jail.
Get off the table.
What's this all about?
It's about catching a killer. Seems like he's been under my nose all along.
You really are crazy. Why don't you get these bracelets off of me, Magnotta?
I want to know how you did it. How you killed them.
What are you high on, Magnotta?
I want to know how you did it.
Ah, shit! I'm gonna fucking have your badge for this.
I know all about pressure points. The pain's exquisite. Don't leave a mark. Not that I give a damn whether I mark you up or not.
Oh, you are fucking losing it, Magnotta. And when I run this story, everybody's gonna start thinking that you're the Ripper.
You're the one getting mystery messages from the Ripper. You're the one with Powell when she's attacked. You're the last person Stephanie Jordan contacts. You're with Farley when he's killed. How come the Ripper communicates only with you?
I'm a writer, asshole.
If you ask me, it looks like the Ripper's a sick fuck of a muckraker who can't tell the difference between a pen and a blade.
Didn't this sink in? When I told you that before Farley was killed, he told me that the weapon is in cyberspace. That means that the killer could rip you apart and be sipping coffee in a cafe 1,000 miles away.
You dirty.
Ah, shit! How are you going to explain this, Magnotta?
Huh? Self-defense, man. I mean, why'd you hit me, Quinlan? What are you, stupid? Hitting a cop?
I'm gonna smear you all over the front page tomorrow, you sick fucking bastard. Now let me out of here. You got nothing on me, or you'd arrest me by now.
You can walk. For now. But I'm on to you. You hear me? I'm gonna hear you confess before this is over. It's a matter of time. Now get out of here. Don't trip. On the way out. Wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
After Magnotta laid me low, I decided to stay there for a while. After a few days, it became clear that he didn't have enough to arrest me. Plus, I could move my jaw again. I decided to go see Covington Wofford. Hello? Hello? Mr. Wofford? Mr. Wofford? It's me. Jay Quinlan. Lights. Help! Help! Don't move. Help! I said don't move! Are you hurt, Mr. Wofford?
Hurt? No, I'm not hurt. I'm dead, by God. I'm dead, I tell you.
Not quite, old-timer.
It's only a matter of time, I'm telling you.
Hold it a minute.
What?
Probably just a shoulder wound.
Object scanned into database.
Oh, God. Now we've got a wounded animal on our hands. That's it for me, I tell you. I'm not waiting to be killed. I know that I can trust you now. Hamilton stored an AI of himself on this disk. It might hold some clue about who killed him. Yeah, who killed him. And I'll upload him into our well. You know the address. You can talk to him yourself. Me! I'm getting the hell out of this city.
Incoming WAC transmission.